Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice for radio, so today I'm going to be bringing you a look at Mimikyu GX. Now, because of this image, I predicted we would be getting Mimikyu GX in Guardians Rising. It didn't happen, and the reason it's not happening is because it's coming out in an Ash's Pikachu vs. Rocket's Mimikyu collection in Japan. And yes, there is a picture of Beware on the packaging. Come on, another Beware card. I know we've had a few revealed already. Don't care. Want more. Now, the thing that's really confusing me about this, Mimikyu GX, this image came out a few days ago. No one's talking about it. No one's making videos about it. No one's posting translations. So I got in touch with my good friend David Hockman. Hey, David. And he very graciously translated it for me, and I'm here to share it with you today. And good or bad, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mimikyu. And Mimikyu is awesome. So, now that we've got that out of the way, let's have a look at the basics. He's got a little bit more HP than we might be expecting. 170 is pretty good. These little GXs, even Pikachu's got 170. That's quite nice. He's got a weakness to Dark, which is really punishing, given things like Darkrai and Yveltal being everywhere. Resistance to fighting is always good because resistance is always good, and retreat cost of 1 is pretty nice, although given he's got a base speed of 96 in the game, which is very high, come on, where's his free retreat? Now, we were expecting Mimikyu to have an ability, kind of like his disguise ability in the game. In the game, he's got the disguise ability that basically takes an attack for you. So we were expecting him to have an ability that reduced damage or something like that. We don't get it, but maybe we will in the future. What we do have is 1 energy, 20 damage. I believe it's a psychic energy. That's fine, I suppose, maybe. I mean, it's not a good attack. Let's be honest about this. 2 psychic, 1 colourless, 90 damage, flip a coin, if heads, it does 30 more. So you can here do 120 for free energy, which is fairly standard. We see this on a lot of Pokemon nowadays. If you're hitting for weakness against something like an Espeon or a Mega Mewtwo, you're getting a 1-hit KO. If you're not hitting for weakness, you're getting a 2-hit KO. Although the fact that you've got to flip a heads in order to hit that is actually quite disappointing, to be perfectly honest. It's not a great attack. Now, do remember that he is a basic Pokemon. So you can use Fighting Fury Belt here. That'll put Mimikyu up to 210 HP and mean that you're doing an extra 10 damage for your attacks. Or you could just use something like Choice Band to do 30 more to EXs or GXs. And of course, 120 is enough to KO something like a Shaymin, so either you flip a heads and KO a Shaymin, or you just use a Choice Band and get a KO on a Shaymin. Little underwhelming. What about his GX attack? Well, free psychic energy is expensive, but don't forget, being a basic, you can use Max Elixir here. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck, find a basic energy and attach it to a benched basic Pokemon. Mimikyu being basic does mean this could work here. And being a psychic, you could always use it with something like Lunala, whereby you can just move the psychic energy onto him. 100 damage, and he basically gets immunity from attacks the following turn. Cannot be hit by damage or, in fact, any effects of attacks on the following turn. Now, he could still be hit by abilities, so something like Decidueye GX's Feather Arrow would go through this, and of course your opponent can just play a Lysander and take something off the bench, making it a little bit underwhelming. And don't forget, 1 GX attack of any description per game. What I really do like Mimikyu for, though, is a little bit of a Hail Mary, it's the end of the gameplay. You have no benched Pokemon. So you just roll with Mimikyu, and you're going to get 2 attacks off. You use a GX attack, you do 100 or 110 with a Fighting Fury, about 130 with Choice Band. And then you have immunity next turn. Maybe you have no bench Pokemon, maybe your opponent has 2 prizes remaining, and you have only single prize Pokemon on your bench. And it gives you an opportunity to get 2 hits off and maybe go and win the game. That's the one real good use I see for Mimikyu here. As a basic psychic attacker, he's not terrible. 2 psychic and a colourless for 90 or 120 is okay. The GX attack here is underwhelming, but if it's a case of I need to attack twice to win the game, but my opponent's going to win next turn, that's where Mimikyu comes in. You hit an attack, you gain immunity, and then your opponent cannot win the game. Now they're going to retreat or something, but then you play your Lysander and win the game. That's where Mimikyu shines. But free energy onto a Pokemon just to do that in the late game, I think is maybe unlikely. I'm going to be forced to give Mimikyu between 2 and 3 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies, that would be barbaric. I would dearly love to give Mimikyu a higher score. I'm a big fan of Mimikyu. He is on my team in the video game, and I love him. But the fact of the matter is that his GX attack, although being very interesting and having use and will win some games if you play it, for free energy just seems a little bit expensive. And his other attack is fine. 120 for free energy nowadays is standard, but I just worry that there are better psychic attackers like Espeon GX. Now, you know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. There is a comment section. Go nuts, be nice. There are buttons to both like this video and subscribe to this channel, and I would be delighted if you would use them both. You can follow me on Twitter @TheWassie, and the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.